Do you know what I enjoy sometimes doing? I love punching down. I love it. Sometimes you got to put people in their place. The people that lie, the people that skew information, the people that quote mine others, only to make them look like the victim, which is absolute bullshit. Absolute bullshit. And I'm here to call out someone that has looked up to me in the past. I was a big influence for him. John here, aka the Quiet Atheist, has a problem with a comment on my video, but apparently this is hate mail in his perspective. Well, everybody, sit back. What I'm going to provide is information, the comments, what a certain person said, and what other people had to say about John's comment on my video. Oh, no, 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 he doesn't give you that information. No, he does not. He just takes one comment, runs with it, and calls it hate mail. This is one problem I have with people like John, where they make a video and don't look at the information that they know is out there objectively, understand the conversation, and make a reasonable assessment on what was being said. And what John will not do, he's not going to admit that he was wrong in the conversation, which of course he was, 110%. He was fucking wrong. And I'm here to let you know and to let his subscribers, his supporters know that he's lying through his fucking teeth and he needs to be called out on it. Because when we look at a conversation or an issue, especially social issues, we have to be objective. We can't adhere to one side of the political spectrum. We have to be honest, evaluate the information, look at it, and be reasonable about it. Be rational. So what we're going to do here, everybody, is we're going to watch John's video here. The Quiet Atheist Hate Mail Volume 3. We have a warrior here, and we're going to address the comments, the comment thread, and we're going to understand John's hypocrisy. Oh, let's fast forward. Jesus Christ. Long intro.
Quiet Atheist here, and I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you all to another episode of Hate Mail. Yes, I admit that I haven't done one of these episodes for quite some time now, but something came to my attention today that I literally had to share with you guys and comment on as well.
John here is going to be disingenuous. I'm going to call him out on it. Keep that in mind here.
Now, this piece of mail that I'm going to be addressing in this video comes from an individual who basically thinks that he's this ultimate warrior, if you will. And here in a minute, you guys will actually see why. Now, this individual goes by the name of Arbiter of Reason. Now, judging by what he has said here in this comment to me, I don't think that Arbiter of Reason is appropriate for his name.
Now, you think that's not appropriate for his name. I do. I know the person. He comments a lot on my videos, John. But you know what's very typical, John? Is what you're going to do here. The people that I call out, that quote mine, you're quote mining his comments. That's what you're doing. You're not putting in context the conversation. And when his comment was made in the string of those comments, you're not going to state this, John. But what we're going to do here is quote mine the guy, basically saying, well, this guy was bullying me. He was very mean. He's telling me to shut the fuck up. Well, John, we'll get to the comments where I told you to shut the fuck up and where you are a hypocrite. Yes, you are.
And again, here in a minute, you guys will actually see why. The Quiet Atheist, you fucking retard. Why did you not just have a Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up while you waited out? If you spoke to me how Sank spoke to the AA staff,
It's Jank, by the way. Jank. That's Sank. Jank. Okay.
you would be in a wheelchair shitting into a bag strapped to your leg.
Now, everybody needs to remember that quote by Arbiter of Reason. Just please remember that, because I'm going to point out John's hypocrisy here.
Oh, man. Well, first of all, Arbiter of Reason, I don't like Coke. I specifically like Dr. Pepper. And no, I am not going to shut up. I have a voice and I'm going to share my voice. Second of all, I really like this attitude that I'm getting from a lot of individuals for simply disagreeing. for simply having a voice to voice my disagreements.
Let it be known you are allowed to have your voice. We don't care that you have a voice. Use that voice however you want. We're not trying to eliminate your freedom of speech. This is not what we were trying to do in the comment section of my video. We were not trying to shut you up, John. We were reasoning with you. You were not being reasonable. So what happened? So stop playing the victim card. But what it all boils down to, John, in this conversation, is that we were letting you know that you were wrong. You were wrong. Okay? We're not shutting down your freedom of speech. You can say whatever the fuck you want. I really don't give a fuck. But what we're going to do is combat you and tell you why you are wrong. And we're going to get into that conversation here soon.
Apparently, I'm not allowed to have a voice. I'm not allowed to disagree with people. I'm just supposed to sit here and be quiet and not say a fucking thing.
And a huge generalization here due to one comment. Due to one comment, John. So you're generalizing, saying this is what a lot of people say to you. No, John, people are just saying, shut the fuck up. You're embarrassing yourself with these comments we're going to look at here.
Otherwise, I'm allegedly going to get my ass kicked. Sorry to say, I do have a voice. I am going to share my thoughts. I am going to disagree with people, whether they like it or not. And that's how I see it. I'm not going to let any individual shut me up. I have a right to talk about things. And that's how I feel about it.
And you're 100% right. You have a voice. You can do whatever you want. People shouldn't shut you down. His comment is valid. If you did what Jenk did in the airport and I was next to you, I would tell you to shut the fuck up or I'm going to knock you the fuck up, because you know what you're doing? You're hindering people talking to the staff at American Airlines, trying to resolve certain issues. So let's look at the comment thread on my video where John quote mines one comment to promote that somehow he's the victim. So John starts the conversation by saying, the only thing that he did wrong in my eyes was record the staff and supervisors. He was perfectly justified in regards to being angry. I have done the same fucking thing when I flew from Colorado to New York. And I replied here. And the reason why I replied like this, to see what his response was going to be, to pick out his hypocrisy. I stated, then you need to fuck off. It's common and happens. No need to act like that. I can't believe you think that behavior is justified. Seriously, TQA, the quiet atheist, fucking unsub me. Goodbye. Now here comes his hypocrisy right here. One question, Livelife. Would I ever talk to you that way? So, John, it seems like you have a problem with people talking to you in an aggressive manner. Is that what I'm getting at? That you approve what Jenk did, the way he talked to the American Airlines staffers. That's okay. But what I said here, somehow that's a problem, right? How is that not a double standard? How is that not hypocrisy? I replied, I really don't give a fuck. You're wrong and need to be called out for being wrong. Anyone who acts like that in an airport is an asshole, period. Put yourself in the staffer's shoes. Geez, man, I actually have to explain to you that no one should act like that. It's unethical. And then you quote me here, I really don't give a fuck. Here we go again, guys. This is part of his hypocrisy. I know that you don't. This is pretty much a given. So let me get this straight. I am wrong for being angry at airlines. According to your logic, I am supposed to take it up the ass by these people whether I like it or not. No, John. You're supposed to sit in a seat, and if you have a question on the delay, you get up and you ask them. You don't act like a fucking total asshole. It's okay to be angry, but it's not okay to be belligerent like fucking Jenk was. That was fucking a ridiculous display of ignorance. Total lack of respect. Bullshit. And it's bullshit that you actually believe that his actions were appropriate. Fuck off, man. He continues here. They need to be aware of the mistakes that they make so they can become better at what they do when it comes to serving the public. John, delays happen 25% of all airlines, national, in America. 25% of the flights are delayed. Now, some airlines, like JetBlue, which Jank supports, are delayed even more than the national average. Now, John, what I'm going to do here is play a little audio clip from an employee a week after I made my videos, when he flew from Philadelphia to Orlando, okay? And his flight was delayed 4.5 hours. I asked him, I'm like, hey, dude, you just got back from Florida. He's like, yeah. I'm like, how was it? He goes, oh, my flight was delayed 4.5 hours. I'm like, oh my God, can I record you saying this? Please, I need some evidence because people think this is not a common occurrence. It's so funny that I asked an employee, oh my God, your flight was delayed? How long? 4.5 hours. I was like, oh my God, this is great. Please say to me, while I'm recording you, that your flight was delayed 4.5 hours.
It was delayed 4.5 hours.
Where from?
Philly?
Philly to where?
Orlando?
Philly to Orlando, okay. 4.5 hour delay, hear that? So there you go. His flight was delayed 4.5 hours from Philly to Orlando. It does happen. I mean, you just got to open your mind there, John. Do a little research. Understand that it is common. It does happen. There's no justifiable reason for people to act like Cenk did. Okay? This video is not about Cenk and what he did. It's about calling out people like John, the quiet atheist, lying, quote-mining individuals to promote, like, hey, man, I'm the victim here. I'm the victim. This guy wants to beat me up, which is just bullshit. It's just an insult. We are allowed to intellectually insult people. Which arbiter of reason did to you? But no, you got butthurt over that comment. And we're going to get to that comment here in this thread. And then you end here. I have been in a position where I have been yelled at. The people that were doing the yelling were justified, though. And I replied here, your personal experience means nothing when it comes to Cenk's issue. Now, what I mean when I said that is that you're approaching it as some kind of collective experience. Like, hey, we all deal with this and we should all act like assholes. That's absolute bullshit. We have to take things case by case. We have to evaluate the information, why it was delayed, look at the facts. Don't listen to what people have to say. Understand what happened, why Cenk got kicked off. He lied about that. We have to look at the facts and evidence and go from there. You apparently hold to this collectivist idea that, hey, listen, if I have a bad experience and Cenk has a bad experience, then we need to be assholes. We all need to be assholes when our flights are delayed, which is just absolute bullshit. And I continue here. Fuck your personal experience. All experiences are varied on a spectrum. Can't believe I have to explain this shit to you. Stop with the straw man bullshit and address Cenk's behavior. Idiots. And here's another comment to the quiet atheist. Why are you projecting arguments against Cenk's reaction like it's an argument your experiences? And then I replied to this guy, see, I'm not the only one that thinks this. It's a straw man. Of course it is. Then John states here, my personal experience doesn't matter because, like those staff, I serve the public as well. Just so you know. Now, people need to realize I just went over this with him. Your personal experience doesn't mean shit. We have to talk about the issue at hand. We have to talk about the issue that is Cenk being an asshole to American Airlines staff. This is what it boils down to. But John here wants to keep on pushing the envelope about his personal experience, which doesn't mean shit. And I state here, what does this even fucking mean? Makes no sense. Again, we are not talking about your experiences. They mean shit to me. I don't care about your personal experience. Has no validity in the argument. None. Zero. Zip. If you want to bring up statistics like I do about flight delays, have at it, because you know what? That's a form of evidence. Hardcore information, statistics that would prove my point that it's common that flights get delayed. Another comment here, Livelife 8072. This idiot doesn't get it. Being angry, okay. Acting like an asshole to a complete stranger is an act that was uncalled for. So simple, but he mixes the two because of a personal experience. LOL, this guy is one stupid son of a bitch. Of course he is. He's fucking stupid. And of course I exposed his hypocrisy. It's okay for him to back Cenk, acting like that, claiming that he did the same thing on a flight. But when he comes out with a video claiming that he's a victim, that arbiter of reason, boo-hoo, told him to shut up, he has a problem. Fucking hypocrisy at its best. And then connected to you too, stated, you're making yourself look like a real moron. FYI, Cenk purposely and willingly escalated a situation with other passengers towards AA staff to incite a greater hostile reaction, in part because he was filming. This is fact, guys. This is fact. Connected is right. But you know what? The quiet atheist still doesn't fucking get it. Still doesn't get it. I am making myself look like a moron simply because I disagree. Okay, gotcha. John, it's not about you disagreeing with us. It's about us being truthful and telling the truth, speaking the truth. And people are just saying, dude, you're just a fucking moron, man. Keep on digging that fucking hole deeper, man. That's what you're doing here. You're just digging that fucking hole deeper and deeper in the conversation. And then Connector responds to the Quiet Atheist, making myself look like a moron simply because I disagree, unquote. No, it's not that you disagree that makes you look like a moron. It is the total lack of aptitude and cognition you're showing trying to defend your stance on what happened. In your very first comment, you go to say Jank was justified acting like a loudmouth sideshow. Then Joe told you that you need to fuck off because delays happen all the time. You come back with, would I ever talk to you that way? Your very first comment is you justifying acting like a raging lunatic every time something doesn't go your way. Given that, apparently you would talk to anyone like that, that makes you agitated. Continued here. Then you completely gloss over the fact that Jank's outburst was directed at AA staff in such a way it was intended for other passengers to hear and react. Jank was less concerned about getting to Florida on time and more concerned with causing a scene he knew would be good for clicks, views on his YouTube channel, of course, because he came out with 4 videos that night. No one would get a lot of views. He made sure to add in some pro-Bernie lip service, which I did point out in my videos. Need any more help to understand why you make yourself look like a moron? I replied to that, spot on. Spot on. Now, after our comments here, you will never see another reply on this thread by the Quiet Atheist. He tucked his tail between his legs and he ran to make a video, quote mining the next person. Arbiter of reason, the Quiet Atheist, you fucking retard. Why don't you just have a Coke and smile and shut the fuck up while you wait it out? If you spoke to me how Jank spoke to the AA staff, you'll be in a wheelchair shitting in a bag strapped to your leg. Now, John, this is what we call an insult. After having some kind of intellectual discourse where we prove you wrong, you're wrong. You're 100% wrong, 110% wrong. Now people will start insulting you, like many have. And we picked your hypocrisy apart. Now people need to realize this. People need to go to his channel, go over to his channel, link down below, and let him know what you think on his video. Seriously, go fucking do it. Shame this guy. This guy needs to be shamed. So John, welcome to the worldview of being objective, evaluating information, a world of reason, rationale, and then melodies, ritmo, stated here, then you are a dick too. And it seems like this person works for American Airlines. A+. Love the logo. So in conclusion here, John, aka the Quiet Atheist, stop acting like you're a fucking victim on your videos. We called you out. You were shamed. Not only in the comment thread, but in this video. Take it like a man and say, you know what? Yeah, I fucked up. I was wrong. Okay. I shouldn't act like that. Jank shouldn't act like that. You know, and I'm not going to cry the blues anymore when somebody acts like that towards me and cry that I'm the victim. Unfucking believable. Fucking hypocrisy at the best. I'm like, this is what Christians do. This is what the religious do. Exactly what he did there. Implement any fucking Christian view, and you have fucking the Quiet Atheist here. In the words of Confucius, quote, if I am walking with 2 other men, each of them will serve as my teacher. I will pick out the good points of the one and imitate them, and the bad points of the other and correct them myself. So everybody, go visit the Quiet Atheist, go check out his video, and let him know what you feel. This guy needs to be shamed. That being said, live life, because you only have one.